In this introduction, we dive into a sad story from a small village. It's about a terrible event that shocked everyone and led to a call for justice. We'll explore the story's twists and turns, uncovering the dark side of human behavior and the risks of online interactions. Prepare for a tale full of emotion, mystery, and the search for truth. Imagine a small village in Lapu-Lapu City, Philippines, where a 16-year-old girl named Kristen lived with her parents. They weren't rich, but they worked hard to make ends meet. Kristen, the youngest in her family, had big dreams of attending college. She was a devout churchgoer and believed in helping others. Life was simple until one Sunday evening changed everything. The day of the incident. On that ill-fated Sunday in March 2019, Kristen's day began like any other. Rising with the dawn, she accompanied her mother to the bustling market, ticking off items from their shopping list. Upon returning home, Kristen, a devoted fan of K-pop, indulged in her favorite music and television shows. As the day wore on, the clock ticked closer to 4 o'clock, when Kristen would typically set off for the church. With a quick goodbye to her mother, she ventured out into the late afternoon, her mind already drifting towards the familiar pews of the church. Little did Kristen or her family know that this routine excursion would spiral into a nightmare they could never have imagined. The search begins. As the evening shadows grew longer and Kristen failed to return home at her usual time, concern began to gnaw at her parents' hearts. By 8 o'clock, anxiety had gripped them fully, prompting them to venture out into the neighborhood in search of their beloved daughter. Their inquiries yielded no trace of Kristen, and panic set in as the night continued. Joined by concerned neighbors and local authorities, they scoured the village desperately, trying to locate her. With each passing moment, the dread intensified, casting a pall over the once quiet streets. Despite their tireless efforts, Kristen remained elusive, her absence a haunting presence in the community. The night wore on, fraught with worry and unanswered questions, as hope dwindled with each passing hour. A horrifying discovery. As the sun rose over the village, a farmer heading to his fields made a grim discovery. There, amidst the crops, lay the lifeless body of a young girl, sending shockwaves through the community. News of the gruesome find spread quickly, drawing a crowd to the scene. People were horrified by the sight before them, a young life cut short in such a brutal manner. The victim was identified as Kristen, adding to the sense of sorrow and outrage. Authorities arrived, and the grim details of Kristen's death began to emerge, painting a picture of unimaginable horror and cruelty. It was a moment that shook the community to its core, a stark reminder of the darkness that lurks in the world. The brutal details emerge. As investigators delved deeper into the tragic death of Kristen, the details that emerged were nothing short of horrifying. It was revealed that Kristen had suffered unimaginable brutality, her face mutilated, her body violated in unspeakable ways. The autopsy claimed that Kristen had been subjected to repeated assaults with sharp objects used to inflict devastating wounds. Her body bore the scars of a merciless attack. Her face had been slit open, and acid had been filled into the same thing that had been done to her brain as well, leaving no doubt about the sheer brutality of the crime. The discovery sent shockwaves through the community, leaving people angry and disbelieving. How could anyone commit such heinous acts against a young girl? As the truth came to light, the quest for justice intensified. The search for Kristen's killer became a top priority, as authorities vowed to bring the perpetrator to justice. But amidst the horror, one question loomed. How could someone be capable of such unspeakable cruelty? Following the horrifying discovery of Kristen's body, the authorities launched into action, initiating the initial investigations. Police officers scoured the area for clues, questioning neighbors, and gathering evidence. Every lead was followed diligently, hoping to uncover the truth behind Kristen's tragic fate. The community was on edge, desperate for answers and justice for the young girl whose life had been brutally cut short. A chilling picture emerged as investigators combed through the details of Kristen's last known whereabouts. It was clear that whoever was responsible for this heinous crime must be brought to justice, and the search for the perpetrator intensified with each passing day. A shocking confession. On April 21, 2019, a thief named Juanito was caught by a shopkeeper and shockingly confessed to Kristen's murder during police interrogation. Juanito's revelation uncovered a dark scheme. Kristen had befriended someone named Diaz on Facebook, hoping to alleviate her loneliness after a breakup. Expecting to meet Diaz on March 9, Kristen encountered Juanito instead. who deceived her and subjected her to horrific acts of violence. Bernito's chilling confession provided gruesome details of his brutality. He admitted to stabbing Kristen multiple times in her private parts, inflicting severe internal injuries. To conceal her identity, he sliced her face and poured acid on her body, attempting to destroy evidence. The extent of his cruelty was horrifying and beyond comprehension. And with that, we reach the end of this chilling narrative. Mystiques channel hopes that Kristen's story serves as a stark reminder of the perils that lurk in our society, particularly in the digital realm. Let us honor her memory by remaining vigilant, supporting one another, and advocating for a safer world. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed, and take care.